Hi, good afternoon. Sorry about the last video, but my son and his wife pulled into the drive, and I knew that the minute that the dogs saw them that they would go crazy, and that the camera would go one way and Gigi would start barking and that would set the other two off. So it was just shut the camera off quick before it was all bedlam. Anyway, what am I doing? Well, I had to pull one of the sleeves back because it wasn't turning out, wide enough at the top. So I had to do a little bit of jiggery pokery, as I am prone to do, much to the annoyance of everyone, I know that, but I can't help it. If things aren't fitting like they should, I have to adjust. Right, I'll just put my crochet hook in to put the front together. That's where I'm up to. It's Doris Chan's Cinnabar. Obviously I try to do the sleeves before I do the whole body, because with Doris Chan, even though you're going circular, you have to turn the rows around at the end of every row so that, it doesn't go circular and the side seam doesn't twist right round, yeah? I found that out very early on, clever clogs. I thought, I'll just go round and round and round, it won't matter. It does. So I try to do the sleeves before I get the full weight of the, the cardigan bottom on it. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. Sorry if I'm waving it about and you can't see it. So that's what I'm up to. What have I got? Well, I've actually got quite a lot to show you. I think I'll just start off today with the magazines, yeah, because I've got such a lot of things really. Let me just find them. Oops. Oh, everything's stuck to each other here. Not doing very well. Well, I'll start with two magazines because I appear to have put the older two magazines away. Don't worry. You'll be getting them in a backwards order. You're getting the new ones today and the older ones on another day, because I can't remember where I put them. No, I can't, sorry. Well, one of them came with a free amigurumi mini book, which I haven't yet opened. Mind you, I know I said I would never do amigurumis, and I still don't think that I will. But my little great nephew has got a theatre, mini theatre. I think I told you at Christmas how he kept us entertained with his little plays and scenes. So I'm actually going to make some little finger puppets for him. So also along with the finger puppets there might be, much as I'd hate them and dread them, but he is my great-grandchild. No, he's not my great-grandchild, he's my great-grandnephew. Yeah, right, get that straight. This is called Under the Sea. It's all little creatures. I suppose you could do like a little play with everything that's under the sea. There's Coco, there's the crabs and the seahorses and everything else. So I might just be persuaded to do something like that. Oh, and Ernest the sea turtle. I mean, he's got a very vivid imagination, a bit like my son. My son used to have a vivid imagination. Only with him it used to be a garage and cars. He'd be having a long conversation with the bloke was always called Ernie for some reason or other. The bloke who ran the garage. And he'd have like a two-way conversation. Hi there, Ernie, I think my clutch has gone. Oh, drive it up here then, please, drive it up. And he'd be having a whole conversation about the innards of a car. That was my dad's influence, of course. He was with him much too often. Not that I'm complaining. But my dad was into engines and cars and motorbikes and everything, and I think that's where my son's got his love of bikes from. Right, this one is issue 44, Simply Crochet. This is the one I picked up in the supermarket yesterday. I don't have a newsagent that carries them, but luckily my supermarket started carrying a couple of them now. Right, this has got a teddy. We've got amigurumi crazy in here. What we got? Oh, of course it's showing yarn. That's called Eden Cottage Beauties, wherever Eden Cottage is. Then you got the usual, you know. I wouldn't mind going to that, but it's too far away. Maybe Zoe will go. It's called The Handmade Fair. Date for your diary, Kirsty Allsop's Handmade Fair is back again for 2016 on the 16th to 18th of September, and it's at Hampton Court Palace, which of course is in London, so it's way too far for me to go. It isn't too far for me to go, but it's so expensive on the train, you know, and oh, you know what I mean. And to go by bus, you're on this bus for about, I don't know how many hours. You feel like you've crossed America on this bus because it stops at every bus stop, I think. Right, this is all about sort of Eastern cultures. This one, like, I do like the pillow, well, not the pillowcase, the cushion cover. Although it wouldn't fit in my house with dogs snagging their feet on it and all sorts of things. This one's like a wall hanging with different things on it. Then you've got the, what do you call them? Flag things, what do you call them? Those pendant things that go across. It'll come to me in a minute. And then you've got a bag with a goldfish on it. I think the goldfish isn't the bag, it's just a keyring, I think, that hangs on it, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it's a koi carp keyring. There's the little koi carp sitting on the end of the keyring. Really toying with getting that pattern. It's advertised on eBay. It's a new pattern. I might get that pattern. This one's called A Little Luxury. It's a nice little summery scarf. I know that sounds a bit of a weird thing to say, a summer scarf, but we don't get that hot in England, and it can be quite chilly on certain days, yeah. Put that in the bin. I don't know whether they're in or whether they're... I think they're patterns. I won't show them in. Just aggravation until you can't get them. That's the one on the front cover. It's like a vest or whatever you would call it. They at least have a name, don't they? The vest things with hoods on, no sleeves. It'll come to me in a moment. Gilet, I think. Gilet. That's another guy who will be at that show I just mentioned before, that I would like to see. Crochet's very colourful, unusual things. He's got a web page, I think it's called www.onemanscrochet crochet blog spot. onemanscrochetblogspot.com. And he makes very colourful items. Not that you would really imagine a man to wear, but he reminds me very much of the late, David Spooner, who used to feature a lot on What Not to Crochet, especially his trousers, the ones, the shorts in the gold with the brown stripe down the back. He was a very much a character, but sadly he died last year. Super Sausage, I think it's a sausage dog, Super Sausage. It's even got Superman on the back of his cape, or well, an S. Skirting the issue, for those of you with legs. Mini skirt with buttons down the end of it. My days of mini skirts are long over. I haven't worn a mini skirt for years. Now that's very pretty if you have the kind of house where a cushion like that would not get wrecked by tiny feet. Or at the moment, big feet. I don't have that super posh house, My house is what you would call functional. I can't be pretty, I'm just not built for it. That's Rick Rack Stitch, which is nice for a trimming. And they're using, different trimmings like to make the wedding garter and headbands and things like that. What have we got here? Oh, that's an article on hooking for cash. I must read that, see if it works for me. I seem to be spending more than I get in, but never mind. Might give me some ideas if I have a good look. That's the one, the Handmade Fair. If you're lucky enough to live in the UK and be down near London, or are willing to travel to Hampton Court Palace. It's in 16th to 18th September. Handmade Fair, that's probably going to also cover cards, which is what pees me off. Sorry if you like making cards, ladies, but I think you should have your own show. I know the handmade, but a handmade paper craft show would be fantastic. And then you could all go there and leave us with our knitting and our crocheting and our sewing in another fair, yeah? Sounds fair. Not being nasty, but you know, each to his own. I stopped going to these knitting and crafting things because there was so much paper crafting, and you'd find the odd one stall in between with wool, and I thought, well, why have I come? Why have I bothered to come? Again, that's showing different vibrant yarns that are new and out of my pocket range. You know what I mean. Still never mind. And that's embroidery. It's showing you embroidery stitches on yarn and things. I have done a little bit of embroidery on yarn, but usually on a baby cardigan. My limitation is usually lazy daisy flowers, you know. And then this is just crochet essentials until you get right to the very back, and then it's saying go for marigold. And then a page that's showing you what's on the next. That's the cover, I think, of the next one that's going to be coming along. This is doesn't have a time on this one, except it's issue 44. Well, I know I've just this minute bought it. This one again is the new copy of the Inside Crochet. Let's have a look what we can find on here. Oh dear. Once you get past all the, you know, adverts for bags, adverts for everything, you know. Confessions of a Pattern Collector there, that should be me, shouldn't it? Right, that's the Springfield. That's like a shawl that's done in circles. And that's, I like that sweater actually. So I think it's done top down. And then that's a long waistcoat, although it's not very clear on that one how long it is and what pattern it is. That is quite pretty, but you can't see it because it's a chevron. And they've used such colours and white underneath it, which wasn't a good idea, was it? You know, you can't see the chevron pattern or anything on that. I hope you're not getting backflash from the window, by the way. That is actually a Serda pattern, although it's in here as well, but I've got that pattern. So those are, oops, what's that? Oh, that's like a shawly scarf with hood, pockets. And that one's a bee necklace, and that's a bag. I have to alter my bags because I can't do with these, you know, wooden type handles because they really cut into my arm, stop my circulation. That's Tunisian crochet, showing the basics, how to do it. I was watching the Crafternoon Treats video, and she's been to Tunisian crochet workshop. I think she went to one of the Black Sheep Wolves. You'd have to watch her anyway. She's very interesting. And she was trying Tunisian crochet, but she's got the same, well, same problem as I do really. I find it very, very difficult to keep it straight. You know, it's a typical beginner's, you know, when you first start crocheting and everything turns out like a triangle either way. Well, my Tunisian crochet is a bit like that. Also, it's very, very tight when I do it. That one says Think Pink. It's a nice colourful cushion. I might get away with something like that if I didn't have a doggy with little sharp claws. He's getting a Bathanish claws trimmed on Thursday when the Dilavan wash comes. Yeah, it'll be a shame because the last time she came was actually the day I had to have Buster put to sleep. So she arrived just before the vet did and said goodbye to him, you know. It was all very sad. That's the owl bag. And that's the Hedgehog's bookmarks. That's a little waistcoat, and that's toys for children that rattle. Not sure what's inside them. You'd have to be very careful. It was things that, you know, if you fell out the hole, they didn't get swallowed, wouldn't you? And this one's called a waffle throw blanket, which is quite pretty. Array of hand-dyed yarn, isn't it pretty? I mean, for somebody like me, I mean, I make big articles and I just cannot afford. I mean, I was to try and sell something that I'd made with hand-dyed yarn, you know. I have enough trouble kind of selling them when they're in the bargain basement. When I say bargain basement, I look round for branded yarns that are on reduction. They could be discontinued colours, discontinued lines and things. People are always saying to me, where did you get that beautiful colour from? But you see, I snap up a bargain when I see it. I like to use the branded yarn wherever possible, but because I'm ever conscious of price, because I'm passing on the price to somebody that I'm trying to sell to, I have to be careful. I couldn't pay £14 a skein, you know, for something that wanted 10 skeins. You know, people would think I was bonkers. You might pay it yourself if you want to, and all, you know, if that's what you want to do and that's what you can afford to do. But mine is not for me most of the time. I don't mind paying that little bit extra if it's for me, but I don't know what I'm doing this for. If you want to know what I'm wearing, it's a long dress and a long overtop. And anyway, back to what we're doing. That's the one I do like because of the, you know, the raglans on it and the way it's topped down. It's quite a dense pattern, so it would be a nice warm one. This is showing you a little bit more of the waistcoat. It's done, I don't know whether it's done in, no, I think it's done in like fake squares, you know. You're actually doing it in rows, but it's like fake. And that's the advert again for Manos del Uruguay, the Alegria. I'd probably just about afford a pair of fingerless mittens out of that. Right, there's the cowl. It still doesn't show very well, does it? It's very pretty. And it would be pretty done in those pastel shades if she wasn't wearing it over white, because you just can't see the actual pattern properly. Gypsy caravan bag, I like that. Except I don't like the wooden handles legs. Not because I don't like wooden handles, I think they look cute. But I've either got crutches or I've got a wheelie or I've got something, or I'm on my scooter. So I can't hold anything on the crook of my arm. I have to have long handles that go over me, you know, my body. As I say, I've got that one already because that's in it's a single serger pattern that I bought, well, not a while ago. This one is Peyton's. Whilst I like the idea of it, I don't like the idea of, you can look at the, without giving too much away, it's done in steps. So being very hippie, you know, I don't think I would like the big steps like sticking out over each hip. It's alright if you like twiggy, but yeah, that's the hooded comfy. And that's the waffle travelling blanket. I do like that. I'm not a lover of making blankets because I do get so bored. I'll make a pram rug, yeah. And this is what's coming next month. There's the top. So this is the inside crochet. And that's the owl bag. It's like a satchel, it's got like double strings at the back. Yeah. A drawstring. What else have we got here? Oh, that's the little girl's cardigan. Well, vest, isn't it really, or waistcoat, whatever you want to call it. It's got little sleeves. Now these Malawi bowls, I'm determined. As I said, I was looking at this Crafternoon Treats video. She's got 5 blog videos, although she was making videos before, but just tutorials. And she's made a bag in like granny squares. It's like a huge bag. And it's really, really pretty. And she's also got some lovely Afghans on there if you want to look at her blog. I was so taken with it. They're about an hour long, so, you know, get yourself a cup of coffee and you knitting or you crochet before you sit down. She's learning to knit as well, and she's doing crochet socks too. So those of you who like crochet socks, she's working her way through the problems and different things with them. Yeah, that's my pom-pom cushion, I like that. So I think that's the end of this one. The other ones, these are all how to do stitches. You know, they have them in every one. How to do your stitches, etc, etc. And an advert for Deramores. But I think I've just got time to show you my patterns before my time runs out. These are brand new patterns, so you will be able to get them. This is a King Cole pattern. It's 4494. It's a nice open work top for the summer. It's done in double knit, I think. Yes, done in double knitting. So I do like that one. Bought these off eBay, by the way, but they are brand new. And this one's done in double knit as well. It goes from a child's size, this one, well, a child's 24-26 size, up to a bigger size. You get all three patterns on it. The cardigan, the sleeveless top, and the vest thing. You can do it with or without the flowers, they're optional, aren't they? And this one is 2 crochet shawls, which are quite pretty. I quite like this one. I know that Sue will like the stitch on that one, but she, no, Sue, she'll adapt it. She won't make a big square. The only thing I don't like about the one that goes round like that is everything's written out in lots of stitches. It's like, oh. I must get one of those ruler things, you know, that slides down the page. I like that when anything's written out, written out, written out. I think that's all I can show you, because if I start showing you anything else, I'm going to run out of time, because I've only got 3 minutes left. So I might stop this one, upload it onto YouTube, and then start another one if the family don't come back in between, because I can't make a video when they're here, because I'll have dogs, great-grandchildren, as well as, you know, a son and daughter-in-law. So I'll see how I go. So bye for now.